Welcome back, Golden Tee Lounge. Kevin Lindsay here. It is Thursday. Thank goodness it is Thursday. It feels like the weeks are just piling and piling up, and somehow we are already in the first few days of June. This is the back nine new tee boxes, new pin previews for Lake Powell. If you missed the first video, you can check it out from last Wednesday for the front nine, where we gave you a little bit of a sneak peek from hole 10 here. But if you didn't check that out, I'll give you a scoop here. Hole 10, a little bit longer of a look. Not going to be as easy to reach in one and get that eagle. You're going to have to be careful with whether you use a 10.5 degree driver or a 9.5 degree driver. Do you high tee it, cut it into the wind, knowing that you'll lose spin, but you potentially might hit the rocks? Do you go at it with no tee to keep your spin and potentially hit the rocks? So this actually might be a shot where you see a lot of full shots being hit, or even some C3s. That's actually what I'm going to do here. Is I'm going to pull it back to the C and just kind of throw it out there to the 3. Now that might be shot of the week because that was terrible, but in perfect Kevin Lindsay fashion, it landed on the green. Now I just got to make the putt. Solid, I'll take it. Monday, June 8th, about 12 a.m., as soon as the day turns, you will get these new tee boxes and pin positions on all modes of Golden Tee 2020, with exception to real-time rivals, as those are kind of baked in already with the shots that were recorded for it. Fun look here on hole 11. This sometimes drivable, where you're teeing off from here, going around, up and over these rocks, or not around, but up and over the rocks, hoping that you don't throw your shot too far out to the left and get wet. Now, what you get to do is make sure that you don't throw your shot out too far to the right and get wet. Now, again, full disclaimer here, these tee boxes and new pins, there's a couple of dozens of each, so these, 5, 6, 7 minute videos showing the front and back nine are not going to do them justice. You'll have to get out there and play, whether you're a casual fan, whether you're a player of Golden Tee Mobile. When as locations start to open up, go to goldentee.com, click on the Find a Game link, or click on the locations area of the GT Caddy. Find a Golden Tee 2020 cabinet near you, and go out there and play a few rounds. But you're going to have a lot of fun. Like I said, this will be an events mode, daily contest, closest to the pin when we bring that back in a few weeks. Lots of exciting plans as more and more locations open up, and as people are out there being safe while playing Golden Tee. Make sure if you're playing in a group that you guys are wiping down the trackball after everybody's shot. Just the typical, make sure things are clean when you are while you're using them, when you're done using them. Not much difference here on hole 13. Just gets a little bit longer, at least with the tee box that was generated for us in this contest. Hole 14, though, this is, again, I have a handful of favorites from each hole. This might be one of them, just because you're going to get some tee boxes from over here, where you're hitting at a different angle towards the green, when you're used to most of the tee boxes being somewhere here. Now you're on the completely other side, so you're, at least in this instance, very favorable look. You got the 12-mile-an-hour wind in your face. You got the up 7 green, right 4. It's going to be a little bit, it should be a little bit easier to tackle here. Probably should have hit that a little bit harder. But still, eagle, you just got to get it up there on the green, or in the instance like I did, make the chip. This one is also a lot of fun. Hole 15, this par 5. This is a huge look here. So you're absolutely going to want to use a high tee to crush that driver See, and where the tee box is on the top-down view, huge area, and you know, we weren't kidding when we said all those spots could hold a tee box, because that is absolutely going to be true here. Probably one of the more longer par 5s in Golden Tee 2020, but still a fun one. Pretty much major opportunities to just get a ton of eagles on the back 9 here. Hole 16. Oh man, a lot of people complained about this hole before, me included, because I have blown a lot of really good games on this hole where I couldn't get it up all the way, or you get it up to the top and then it rolls down and you're either putting or chipping up that slope. Don't worry, some of the new pins are now on the bottom slope, and now you just get to deal with trying to land the green. Almost there. So you're going to, it's of course that bottom tee box. Oh, how did that not bounce in the cup for birdie? Come on. You know, that bottom pin makes it a lot easier if you accidentally drop it in the water with those drop spots, but also that hole gets tougher on a completely another level. Hole 17, at least for this tee box, gets easier. You know, before you were teeing off, you know, from pretty much back here, and a lot of times if you didn't have a pin like this, if you had a pin that was beyond the rocks here, if you don't happen to hit this soft spot and it trickles down and catches the cup, you hit the rock, you know, you're left with a pretty long and tough drop spot, which you can putt, but as many of us know, you can also putt that right off of the green and turn a par into a double bogey at minimum really easily. So again, although there's a lot of eagle opportunities on this back 9 with the new tees and pins, not all of them are going to be easy. Even this one, hole 18, a really long setup here, and you got to be careful because although you're hitting it over this rock, you have to remember that this green is sloped up. So if you don't want to come into this too short. Now here, that's why I'm not going to use the 9.5 degree driver. What I'm going to use is the 10.5 degree, and I'm going to try to just pound that in there. All thankful for the very nice bounce. And putting in for eagle. So really just trouble on hole 16. Don't worry about the scorecard because this is our test tool where we skip to hole 10. But lots of fun and unique looks at the holes of all across Lake Powell, but especially that back 9 as you try to get, you know, 6, 7, 8 eagles across those the back 9. So stay tuned for tomorrow where we will have the final 2 courses, and then Monday, June 8th around midnight when the day starts, those new tee boxes and placements go live for all 2020 cabinets.